start.
The book in my hand. Hi, my name is Celia Chavez, and this is the challenge accepted video for the C-Squared challenge for this month. It's called Counter and Compliment. And I actually heard this challenge during Mass, during a homily. I couldn't exactly figure out why it was that it spoke to me so much. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the place that I am in my life and my job, and that I don't always remember that my job is a vocation. And I'm a kindergarten teacher, so there's not a lot of opportunity to share my faith openly where I'm at. And so I think as I've grown in teaching, I have come to the understanding that I can kind of counter the public school view of faith and complement it with little ways that I can teach it into my classroom. And that includes like taking things one thing at a time when I'm trying to complete tasks and not just getting overwhelmed, because I think it's very easy to get overwhelmed in any job. So I think what it all comes down to is having joy with where you're at and joy in the workplace. And I think really nobody can take it from you unless you let them. So whether it be menial tasks that you just have to get through, whether it be very negative encounters with your superiors or with coworkers, and even just in teaching, you deal a lot with so many different types of people. So I think just seeing the kids that you interact with every day, just knowing that they're still growing in where they are, and that the way that they are isn't necessarily what they're going to grow to be, but the impact that you can have on them will help them hopefully grow in a more positive way. So I would like to try to counter the negative and complement it with the positive, especially in the workplace. And actually, it's hard for me to stay still when I'm trying to explain certain things, and it's like a whirlwind when I'm trying to describe things. But when I'm doing something while I'm trying to explain something, it's easier for me to concentrate. So I've had this book kind of in and out of my hands the whole time, and this book is called The Library Lion. It's actually one of my favorites. Just bought it on our trip here to Colorado, and this is about a lion that loves to go to the library, but lions are not allowed in the library because he roars. There also comes a time in the book where he has to roar because the librarian is in trouble. So sometimes it's okay to break the rules, especially where faith is concerned. And I actually would like to end with this quote from Brother Lawrence, just as an encouragement with wherever you are at in your life, with where I'm at in my life, and just totally being aware of God's presence, whatever you may be. So this quote says, "Our sanctification did not depend upon changing our works. Instead, it depended on doing that for God's sake, which we commonly do for our own. He thought it was lamentable to see how many people mistook the means for the end, addicting themselves to certain works which they performed very imperfectly by reason of their human or selfish regards. The most excellent method he found for going to God was that of doing our common business without any view of pleasing men, but purely for the love of God," which is what I think I'm going to continue to try to do. And there's a little sign in my classroom that says, "My soul proclaims the greatness or glory of the Lord," and I'm going to really try to hold on to that. So, counter and compliment. We are at Glen Erie in Colorado Springs. You can see the castle is right here. It's a fantastic place, and we're actually standing at the schoolhouse that it was a general, I believe, who lived here, who built this castle. He had a schoolhouse built close to the castle so he could keep his children close, because I believe there was some health concerns. So yeah, it's very fitting that we're at a schoolhouse as I talk about trying to be a better teacher every day and growing more into love of it. Because with teaching, I think for a lot of teachers, and this is a movie quote totally, the love of it does come softly, and hopefully it continues to grow. But you really gotta feed it with lots of love and joy and faith, and yeah. And now I don't know what to say next. And I'm saying something a lot.